Well, that's all going to be made better though by this weekend when you jump on the boat, man. You excited?
I'm excited. I paid for our parking today. That was $123 at Wally Park. That's all right. I guess we're getting a little per diem, and that should cover that at least. Yeah. Susan's going to take care of some stuff too. I'm not going to do too much crazy drinking, and we're not doing the drink package because, in order for the drink package to be effective, you got to drink at least 15 fucking drinks, right? To get your money's worth.
It worked for me.
Right. We don't want her doing that. I mean, what I would like to do, I don't know if somebody could let us know this in the comments or something on the video here of our show tonight, but is there a way at any point on the cruise to buy a bottle of something and have it in your room? Is that a fucking possibility to get a bottle of vodka in my fucking room? Doesn't even have to be good. I think
vodka. The answer to that is yes, but it's going to cost like huge money. It ain't going to be like $55 or whatever. It's going to be like $155.
$150. So there isn't like you get off in Labadee and you could buy a jug of rum and bring it back on the ship. There's nothing like that.
I don't know about that either. I don't think they're going to let you bring liquid on the boat.
No, you cannot bring it on the boat. In fact,
I'm saying when you get off at like wherever, Haiti or wherever it is that you're going, that
right, you got to go naked and come back naked, or whatever.
Pretty much
naked and afraid.
Yeah, pretty much you're going through a version of TSA when you get back on the boat.
Right.
Let me see the trinkets you bought.
Right. I have said to Susan multiple times now that I really don't want to get off the boat. Thethe's nothing for me there that I want to
get off the boat.
You think I should get off the boat?
I do think you should. I mean, I'm
for what?
Just because you're there. It's you're
just
there.
To get gouged. Just to get gouged for a fucking meal there.
You're not gonna get. But dude, even if you do spend
a little
Haitians
bit, making me something to eat. Like, do they wash their hands there?
Even if you do spend a little bit of money on some fucking, Haitian cuisine that's fucking
Haitian. You lost me at Haitian cuisine, buddy.
Just eat something there, just because you're there.
What the fuck do Haitians eat, dude?
I don't know. Each other,
Me neither. Me neither.
I don't know what they eat.
I don't want to know.
Yeah, I mean, whatever.
Shrunken heads.
You get off and, you have whatever the cuisine is just because you're there.
We have some appetizers we brought for you. Some shrunken heads.
Yeah. They're 3 delicious. Members of the last cruise for sale here. Cut up and made into a sandwich.
Well, we downloaded the app, the Royal Caribbean Incorporated app, and you could get a lot of stuff done ahead of time. You can scan passports. We're going to do some of that tonight. I guess you got to tell them when you want to monkey brains. You got to tell them like when you want to eat or something. There's like 2 dining times, and so we got to kind of figure all that stuff out. Sure. She's super excited. She's probably spent more than the cruise would have costed us just in clothes for this.
Yeah, I mean, does this cruise have excursions like that you can pay, to go and fucking pet dolphins or do
fuck
shit like
and
that?
Pet dolphins? I would just want to pet
fuck them, but just
that's
pet
what you
them.
just said.
Well,
you just said, is there a place where you could pay and fuck penguins?
No, dolphins, but yeah,
pet and fuck. You said something
Why not?
weird.
I said so where you can go fucking pet dolphins. That's what I said, and you took it as fuck.
Is that blowhole exit only?
Not if you hold them down right. There you go. You should, dude. You should go and do one.
Yeah,
of them
let's
excursions.
go zip lining with a bunch of Haitians.
Why not?
I don't
just
know.
to do it.
Sure. You know what? I should, because that would make her happy. And it's the little things that women appreciate in relationships. Like they really get tired of our shit when we stop taking them to stuff and stop doing stuff. And then they get some other guy that's going to go do stuff and invite them to stuff. And next thing you know, she's going on a cruise with
with the next dude,
with the next guy. And he's moving in the beach condo west here.
Yeah, no, I mean, dude, even me who hates that shit, and I do hate, like, I could not hate shopping more. I think I hate shopping more than I hate pedophiles. I do not like to shop. Like, I am the guy that, even when I have to go to a grocery, look, I'm the guy that has not been in a store in 8 years. I literally have not been into a single store. Well, one time in 8 years because I had to buy a birthday card. but that's the only time in 8 years that I've been in a store. That's how much I hate it. And I've been kicked out of several stores because I can't stand the stupidity of the people. People going the wrong way up an aisle and shit like that. It makes me crazy. I'm like, would you go the right fucking way?
Oh my God, you sound like the people during COVID when they put footsteps everywhere to go.
Yeah.
Some lady fucking yelled at me for that. I was like, fuck you.
Well, dude, I yelled at the lady. Just no bullshit. The day that I had to go into the store to pick up a birthday card, it was for my friend Stephanie's birthday. And I got invited to, because it was COVID, I didn't think they were going to be doing anything for like a birthday thing. So I just sent her a fucking text, said, hey, happy birthday, right? So then I get a text from her husband that says, hey, we're going out to blah, 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 come out for Steph's birthday. And I'm like, oh, fuck. And, I don't go into stores, so it's not like I can go buy a present because I'm just not going into a store, especially during COVID. I sure as fuck wasn't going to wear a mask. So I go to the store and I'm not wearing a mask. And I come up to the greeting cards, and there's this little old Chinese lady standing there looking at birthday cards. So I'm standing there. I'm not wearing a mask. I'm not 6 feet away. I was just waiting for her to get the fuck out of the way. Okay. And then she finally picks a card, and she gets snippy with me. She goes, I guess you didn't see the sign on the window, did you? And the sign on the window said that it didn't say that you had to wear it. It said that it's highly encouraged or something like. Remember back when COVID first started?
Right. Oh, yes, I do.
And it said that the mask was highly encouraged before they could mandate it. Well, it was one of them. So she snapped at me, and I just went fucking ballistic. I was like, why don't you shut the fuck up, you fucking... I snapped because I was already in a bad mood that I was in a store.
Chris went full homeless guy on her.
I did. And I always do in the stores, dude. It's the weirdest thing. I don't know why.
I do too sometimes.
But I've been since I've been single, which is 10 years, and I haven't been in a store in 8. So in the 2 years that I've been in the store, I've been kicked out of 3 stores for being an asshole. Absolutely. And because I can't deal with it. I can't.
Yeah, we have no fucks left to give. And society pushed us to this point. So for the people out there, stop fucking with people. Mind your own goddamn business. I don't care what it is. Don't be throwing ice cubes at people's cats.
Exactly.
Don't be telling people where to walk in the store. Don't tell them what to wear, who to vote for, or any of that shit.
And be ready to shop. Don't make me stand there. The one time, you're going to laugh at this because this is one time I was definitely in the wrong, but whatever, I didn't care. So I'm in the waiting line to check out at the fucking grocery store in the 10 item or less line. This lady shows up. Of course, she's got 15 or 16 items. She's got too many items, and that's making me mad because I'm standing there waiting, and I don't want to be in the fucking store. And so... she does her whole thing, and then she pulls out coupons for every goddamn thing that she bought. And I'm like, son of a fucking bitch.
This is at the self-checkout?
No, at the 10 item or less.
10 item or less where a woman's there to take.
Yeah, there's a lady doing it. Okay. But she waited all the way till she ran her shit, and then she starts flipping out the fucking coupons. So now I'm standing there even longer. I don't want to be in the fucking store. Waiting for her. Then they start arguing about if this spaghetti sauce or something is the right spaghetti sauce for the coupon. And they start going back and forth.
The right size or the right flavor or whatever.
And the lady is just adamant that it's the right one, and she's going to get her 75 cents off or whatever it is. And this goes on, for like 4 or 5 minutes. They're going back and forth. She's like, I need you to get your manager. It goes to that level. And I just fucking lost it. I was like, if you will just take your shit and get the fuck out of the way, I'll buy your fucking groceries. And I just was so fucking mad.
Yeah, right. Fuck.
Because I just didn't want to be in the fucking store.
Right.
And I'm a big, intimidating, long-haired, fucking big beard, fat, look like a goddamn Hell's Angel. You know, so then the kid that is the manager is like, you have to leave, sir. And I'm like, yeah. I'm not leaving now. I'm like, you're going to fucking check out my goddamn groceries. And he did, because he knew I was going to throw him over the fucking, I was going to throw him.
Yeah, he knew his employees were going to get hurt trying to throw you out.
He was going to get hurt.
Yeah.
Because if he would have even taken a step to me, I would have punched him in his fucking face. I was so mad, and I was probably beat red in anger. Because I just was like, all I want to do is buy, I don't even remember, I was buying like barbecue sauce and, mustard or something, like 2 things.
Do they have the self-checkout near you or anything?
Yes, I don't know. Dude, again, I don't go in stores.
As long as I'm not buying booze, I always do that. And the way I've perceived the amount of items, because I know they say 15 or less, but it's easy to go over. And some things like tuna cans and stuff are so small you can stack them like the Leaning Tower of Pisa. But I just go, hey, if I could fit my shit on there, it's okay. You know what I mean?
My philosophy would be, if I ever went back to a store, my philosophy would be, if the store's not busy, I don't care.
Right.
But if the store's fucking busy, you better not have 11. You better have 10 items at most, because
in that lane,
holding me up. Yeah,
totally. No, that's a dick move to in a busy store to go over to the not busy 10 items or less line, because it's moving quickly because nobody has more than 10 items, and then just to make a full
stop it.
Roadblock. On there. No, that was totally. There's crazy people like it matters what supermarkets you go to. Like I noticed, when I used to live at my old place, I'd go to this Stater Brothers over there, and it was such a ghetto Stater Brothers, and the worst shit would go on there. When I ended up going to Winco, it stepped up, like it was a little and you have to you can only use like I said, cash there or whatever. But sometimes that happens where I'm like in line and somebody doesn't know that, and they've rung up all this shit, and then they think they're going to whip their credit card out. And they can't, and then all of a sudden it's a fucking disaster. Now I won't sit there yelling. I'll just go, okay, abort. I know, or somebody's like sitting there futzing with a check. It's like, who still writes checks at a fucking grocery store? Come on,
or anywhere.
Old people don't trust their debit cards for some reason. And I go, you're actually more protected with your debit card than a check. Don't you understand that? You're actually, what you're doing is more risky.
Sure. Yeah, it's infuriating. It's why I don't go to stores. I love the Walmart delivery. I can order it on my phone. I can tell it to come today or tomorrow, and if I want it today, I can pay an extra $5 and they'll bring it in 2 hours.
I did when the shutdown was what happened, man, and I was doing all kinds of trying to do deliveries to get by. I remember I got the Postmates app.
Absolutely.
Okay. Yeah. And next thing you know, that Walmart started using them, and it was during the pandemic, and so many people were doing the delivery thing. Okay. And I think I've talked about this before, but oh my God, that was like a post-apocalyptic bullshit scenario where there was 60 Postmates drivers showing up, and during this time is when they designed what they have now, which are these space numbers that the cars go into wait. But when I was there, that wasn't even a thing yet, so all these cars are like cramming in to get to this area. And these overworked people that are working at Walmart are like, you see one come out with a grocery store and they go, okay, who's so-and-so? And then, they would go over and then they disappear for another 30 minutes and you're waiting going, man. But the Walmart deliveries were good because those people did tip at least like $10 for their groceries in most cases. So what's Surfer Fan saying here? Or the price is rung up and the fool in front of you puts it all in bags and then loads it in the cart instead of paying, so the cashier can move on to the next customer, pay, and then bag it all up.
Exactly. I agree with him 100%.
You do? I mean, I kind of get that, but at the same time, okay, if you have a lot of shit, and in California here, I think it's terrible you have to bag your own shit. I think they should give jobs back to young people to bag stuff. I think it's fucked up that we have to bag our own shit. But anyways, I will go, and while she's ringing it through, and start bagging it while she's doing it, because it'll still cause a roadblock if I wait and she's ringing up 80 fucking items and I wait.
I'm okay with that. As long as you've already got your payment thing ready.
It's ready, and I do. As when she's ready, I stop doing what I'm doing, and I run over there and I pay for it real quick. But now I've already at least bagged up half the shit by the time she's done ringing it up, and that does move it along. Because if I take a long time, and then she can move the next thing, she has a chuk, so now the stuff's going to go in the other lane for the next person. But if I'm still doing my shit when she's done with him, now that third person in line has nowhere for their shit to go because I'm bagging it up now, even though I paid already. So
we had a store here back when I used to go to stores again, called Save a Lot. And it was it really was the fucking cheap store. I mean, it was like the Dollar General of groceries.
Save a lot on this lettuce that's going to go totally bad by 12 o'clock tomorrow.
Exactly. It's like, here's a bag of fruit that's been sitting here for 3 weeks at the other grocery store. Well, now we'll move it here. I mean, they were not very good for perishables.
That's like our food for less.
Yeah, but anything that came in a box or frozen was good to buy there. Right. So this place had it down. It was a self-checkout type of a deal like you're talking. I mean, they had a person to check you out, but you had to self-bag it, and like they didn't even give you the bags. You had to buy the bags or
fucking bullshit,
bring boxes and shit.
Bullshit. It's all bullshit.
But what they did correctly, and I will say this was fucking brilliant. In the front of the store where there's always just windows, of any grocery store, there's always just windows in the front. Right. And they always fill it with bullshit. Like here, it's always like firewood and grills and shit that, nobody's buying, but that's just where they stack it all. They cleared all that shit out and just put counters. So, and then what they would do is when you came up, they would take the last person's empty cart and they would just move all your shit from your cart, ring it, throw it into the next cart. And then you would drag your cart over to the shelf. It was like just a big shelf that ran the entire length of the store. And then you would bag your shit. But they would just move you right along. They'd be like, choop, 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 choop. And then they'd say, okay, it's $150 or whatever it was. You would drag your newly filled cart over to the shelf, and then you would start throwing it into bags and stuff. Or not.
Well, they need to get that going over here. No, in the self-checkout, I could totally understand doing your own bag, but I have always thought that was the biggest scam to have. It's basically like it's like working off your bill in a way to me, but you're not. You're actually paying to work for them. You're saving the store more money. You're not saving any fucking money.
And they sure as fuck ain't doing you any favors these days on pricing on groceries.
No, that's the crazy part. Like even in the nice grocery stores, they've abandoned having, in a lot of cases, somebody packing your stuff, and that is just terrible, man. Like watching people struggling to do that, old people and such. I'm okay with like maybe pumping my own gas, but.
Dude, I was the worst. I wouldn't even put it in bags when because they would charge you like $0.25 a bag, which I thought was just criminal. Yeah. $0.25 a bag, get the fuck out of here. I mean,
it's something that cost them a penny.
Yeah. It wasn't the cost. It was more you know what? I just spent $175. You can't give me 10 bags.
Thank you.
It's like, for fuck's sake.
A joke.
You marked everything up so much anyway. Give me the bags. But so I would just go, a lot of times I would go without bags. Yeah. I would just throw all the shit in my fucking trunk, just going everywhere. Yeah. And then I was so bad, sometimes I would take like a blanket and I would just throw the shit on the ground on a blanket and grab both ends and pull it in.
That's how I do my laundry. I grab my bed sheet and I use that as a big sack to get all the other shit.
Oh yeah, just use it.
But at the grocery store, I usually forget. We do have bags always in the car. We'll like stash them in the car, and I always forget to bring them in. Yeah. So I always just end up doing that, like throwing all the groceries in my cart, and they think I'm a weirdo. But they're out there.
Yeah, well, who wants to fucking say, okay, hold on, I'm going to go out and get some bags, and then bag my Yeah, fuck that. That's just dumb.
I had a guy give me shit with my cart recently at Winco. I don't know if I told this story, but I sometimes park in this one spot depending on what direction I enter the store. And their parking lot is at a slope, and the cart return area it basically goes downhill. So I remember, because I've lived in this town for so long now, like there was one time where I put a cart in and it flew right out of the whole thing and kept going down and almost hit somebody's car. So I was like, well, I'm never going to shove it into the thing anymore. I'll just, like, if I'm on this side of it, I'll just park it like on the outside and just turn it so it just stays on top of the hill, and the kid who gets the carts can go fucking get it, because that's his goddamn job, and he should be happy I at least put it in that general area. You know. So this one particular day, I'm in the store, and there's one of these customers that's old that decides he wants to talk to you, like, hey, those are really good. You know, I was like buying some kielbasa or something.
Yeah,
he's like,
great, thanks.
Isn't that incredible kielbasa? Like, he's the friendly old gent at the fucking grocery store. I'm like, yeah, you know, they really are good. I thought we were up for this, and I'll be friendly if you're friendly. You know what I mean? I'm not, you know, I'm okay with that. Talking to be in the local grocery store. So anyway, flash forward, I'm going to leave, and it turns out this old timer's parked right next to me, and I actually took it upon myself to wish the guy a nice day. I'm like, hey, have yourself a nice day. And then I put the cart like right where I do, you know, and he goes, that's not where that goes. Ugh. And I go, excuse me? He's like, that's not where that goes. And I go, oh, cart. Well, I don't want to stick it in. It's downhill. He's like, yeah, but that's not how you do it. And he's now like the fucking cart police. I'm like, you gotta be fucking kidding. And again, it hurt my feelings, you know, that, like, for one, when I'm being nice to you and then you fucking two-face me like that, you know, outside, I was like, fucking A, you know, part of me wanted to, like, actually get mad about it. Thanks, Jackal. Exactly. So you know, but I'm 50 now, and I gotta, like, think shit out, because it's never gonna be worth it. It's never worth it to just beat the fuck out of somebody that's not a threat to you.
No, not anymore.
Even with their words or their smart, sly remark or fucking whatever, it's not worth a violent act that's gonna ruin your life. Yeah. And especially somebody you know you could whoop their ass. You know what I mean? Like, but I would be lying if I said the thoughts for all these people that could come into my life if I don't want to cause them fucking harm, because I do. Sure. But but there's 50% of me that wants to fucking bludgeon your fucking head in. But there's 50% that's a sweetheart guy that really doesn't want to hurt anybody, and or maybe even 51%. Thank God. You know. Right. So, but I thought about it. I was just like, you motherfucker. I wanted to, like, whoop that guy for that shit, you know. But I'm like, whatever. He could be. Who knows? He could be a war hero from back in the day. This guy's got grandkids and a fucking family and whatever. Maybe they're worried about him.
Good. He doesn't need to be worried about what you're doing.
He doesn't need to be worried about what I'm doing. But again, it comes down to, please, people, mind your own business. These are hard times that we're in right now, and you don't need to be saying shit to anybody. Everybody's at their fucking end of their rope.
And that's kind of where I'm at, is like, I'm always pleasant. Like, when I pull up through the drive-through, anything, because that's how I do all business now. Drive-through at the bank, drive-through at the fucking, you know, I need a drink, I go down to the drive-through. Even if I need one Gatorade, I go to a drive-through to get it. You know, I do not fucking go into stores for any reason ever. And I'm polite to a point. But, you know, even the guy that runs the drive-through that I go to a lot, and I go there a lot, I'll ask him for whatever it is that I want. I'll be like, yeah, I want a Snapple. Which one do you want? The lemon one. And he'll bring me the wrong thing. I'll be like, dude. I mean, I go in a heartbeat. It's not
retard.
That's about it. That's about it too. I don't even go into no. What I meant was the lemon. You know, like
fucking retard. I know. I just said the fucking lemon tea.
That's. I just will be like, I'll be like, yeah, get me the lemon one. And he comes back with a fucking blue Gatorade instead of the lemon Snapple. I'll be like, dude, and I'll just snap on him. And, oh no, that's right. You wanted the lemon, right? Yeah, that's what I wanted. I'm willing to pay you fucking $3 for a $2 Snapple because I'm going through the drive-through. So get it fucking right, dummy. You know, it's like, come on. And that's how I am. I'm nice to a point.
Me too. I have a certain snap point, you know, and it's about 5 minutes in.
You're way further than me. You're way further than me. Like, I'll tell you who I'm the worst with, and then we'll get out of here. But
okay,
you know who I'm the absolute worst with, and I shouldn't be because they're doing me a solid in almost every occurrence. But I'm the worst with will call.
Okay.
will call.
What do you mean I'm not on the list?
I'll be like, dude, I had an issue when we came and saw you at Bow Wow Wow.
Mm-hmm.
I went to the door. I had literally texted you before we walked into where was that? The Agora or the House of Blues, wherever that was.
Mm-hmm.
I had literally texted you as we were, it was House of Blues. I literally texted you as we were walking in the door to the House of Blues.
Right.
And you said, tickets are taken care of.
Yeah.
And then I walked up and the girl goes, nope, no tickets. And I was like, I just spoke to him. And she goes, well, you need to text him and tell him to come up here. And I said, wait a minute. So what you're fucking telling me is that you expect the band to come up here and tell you that I'm on the list. You can't go and look through your stack and see that there's tickets for me because he just dropped them off to you. Well, they're not here. And then I just like, well, go fucking look again. And I actually dropped an F-bomb on her. I was like, go fucking look again. And then she came back and was like, oh, yeah, you're on here you go. It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
You know, people suck, dude. They, people are lazy. And
Good
that's
help
why
is hard to find, dude. It's getting harder to find.
It is. It's awful, man. That's why I'll stick to delivery where I just don't. My interactions with other people in their jobs, almost none. Almost none, which is great because now I don't have to catch them at their laziest.
That's me too. That's why I mean, for extra work, I do deliveries on the other side. You order stuff for yourself because you're a rich man. You're a distinguished rich
hardly
man.
rich.
But me, you know, where I live here, where it's thousands of dollars a month to rent, you know, I got to do whatever I can, whatever. So I do deliveries on the side. But this job works out in the sense that I kind of do it when I feel like it. And I don't have to answer really to anybody. I get a route. I do it. I'm by myself.
Mm-hmm.
I knock it out. I come home. I work for like 3 hours and that's it. That just makes sure that shit stays paid on time. I'm not above doing something like that to live.
But it ain't like you have to go and deal with the person and say, okay, well, let's put this arrangement together or whatever.
Nah, I mean, there's little fucked up things that happen. You get wrong addresses or the GPS is fucked up. Or there's bad days. I have bad days. Like I'll grab the wrong fucking flowers. Like, I don't know if I'm losing my goddamn vision or what, but I'll get there. Oh, they're also, apps get updated. I have like a delivery app and they did an update to where now it no longer tells me if I accidentally skipped to another delivery.
Oh, that's nice.
And I have to get out and like grab a big flower arrangement or whatever, right? So like, and I got the phone in my hand. And so like, it's easy to go, oops, and like push the wrong thing. So when I get out of the car, if I go boop and hit the wrong thing, I'm now looking for the name of the oops thing I hit. And that's right here. Yeah. And even though I've now parked to drop a different person's off, now I leave the wrong one. And now I'm going to the next place and the one I need isn't in there. And I'm like, okay, what the fuck? And now I go, who's in here that shouldn't be? And now I deduce, okay, I totally fucked up. And now I got to goddamn go back the other way. Right. And then you're just like, like
exactly.
The steering wheel.
So you don't have to go and tell the person, hey, I gave you the wrong flowers though, do you?
Yeah. I had to do that. They were waiting for me, like, or like, I'll get a call from the guy whose shop it is, and he's a Middle Eastern guy. He'd be like, Eric, buddy, what happened, man? What is wrong with you? What's going on with you lately? It looked like you brought the flowers wrong place, and they called me. He's all that shit. And I'm like,
the worst the worst would be though if you get somebody that doesn't have a whole bunch of money. So they buy like a $20 flower arrangement and you accidentally give them like 24 red roses or some shit.
And then got to take it back and go, I got to do that. And I'm like, I am so sorry. I'm all, and here's yours.
Yeah. Here's your shitty arrangement.
I had a chick actually say to me, I actually like these better. And I'm like, bullshit.
Liar.
Bull fucking shit. Yeah, you wish they were that fucking thing of roses I just had.
You went from 24 red roses to a sunflower. Shut the fuck up. You don't like it better.
The worst was the other day. This happened to me where there's construction seemingly going on everywhere. And I was like having a falling down fucking moment.
Right.
Kirk Douglas. But the GPS like Waze app doesn't always know when the shit's going on. And there's this one area in Encinitas where they're like making a street actually go through, which is a good thing because the street that didn't always go through is now going to go through. But in certain sections, they've like made a total detour, which requires you to go around. Now, I base my money I make by how far I've had to go on miles to get to it, whether I'm getting a good deal or ass fucked on this fucking delivery.
Right.
And when this kind of shit happens where I go, okay, all right, this is going to be a 7 or 8 mile thing. I'm going to have to surcharge on this for distance. And then I get there and have to add another 3 miles to go around because of this detour.
Yeah, that
and
sucks.
then to just add insult to injury, it's a fucking gated community when I get there where I got to like call to.
You got to buzz somebody, right?
Now, I'm a daring guy. Like, typically, I will fucking, if somebody's leaving a gated community, I will just go, kamikaze! And just fucking go right in out. I don't give a fuck if there's cameras, whatever.
Yeah,
like, I don't wait around to fucking call you because none of these people are expecting flowers.
Right,
you know what I
sure.
mean? Half the time, these fucking idiots that send the flowers put their phone number on instead of the person I'm going to find out why I can't find their address. But anyways, I get to this. There's not, it's a, not busy at this time. Nobody's leaving or coming. So I have to call this guy.
Right.
I call the thing. He goes, I canceled those yesterday. I'm like, what? We didn't hear that. He's like, yeah, I canceled them. So he's not letting me in to drop them off. Now, normally I wouldn't give a fuck if you cancel them or not. I'm leaving them and getting
throw them
paid
on a
for
doorstep here.
Right. Because this isn't an hourly job. Okay.
Sure.
I only get paid if these fucking things get dropped off.
Right.
So basically, I just wasted 30 minutes getting this motherfucker and he cancels it, wouldn't let me in. And I'm just like, you piece of shit. Like those days I go, I'm not doing this anymore. I'm way I should be making music. I should be sitting home making music.
Right.
But there sometimes I got to go for the thing that's going to pay me sooner, which is this. Like I've made albums and it can take months to start seeing any money. You were joking with me the other day about Smash. You go, well, how much does he owe you? $5. You were so mean to me the other day. But I just have I got a check for $500 fucking dollars the other day
for Smash.
Yeah,
nice.
Yeah,
of course that was 3 years worth of royalties.
Oh, you God! No, actually, well, he did. There was like he stopped paying me basically during the pandemic. I didn't get a fucking check on Smash.
Sure,
but they don't. Frontiers doesn't even own Smash anymore. Like Steven does. It's been He writes that into the contract where like after 5 years. He gets, which is brilliant, by the way, because he knows with Atlantic, what they did with the rat stuff. They kept it for like 50 years.
Yeah.
And I think they're going to keep it longer. I think he said they're going to let it ride. I think he's making some, I don't know. That's his own thing to talk about.
Well, they're doing that box set or whatever.
Right. They're doing something. So
redoing the rights in perpetuity.
Probably.
Right.
Yeah. So I forgot what I was even fucking talking about. What was I saying?
Whatever. We were saying goodbye because it's time to go.
That's right.
It's time to go. Well, dude, obviously, man, be safe on the cruise. Have fun. Shoot video. Shoot video and shoot video. Make sure you shoot video because I would like to see some video from the cruise.
I'm gonna shoot video in all the portholes.
There you go.
Nasty nighttime videos. No,
there you go. No. Well, you do shoot video just on the patio. If you see fucking dolphins or whales or some shit, which you might.
When I'm out on my balcony because Susan says I'm snoring and I'm gonna have to go sleep out there. Like we don't sleep together.
Dude,
like we have separate bedrooms here, like because we both snore in our own ways, and we're like, so it's going to be weird. Like 5 days, we're actually going to be in the same
sleep
cabin.
If she offers you to sleep on the patio and you could set up something out there to be comfortable in,
I think
out there. It's fucking nice.
Weekend at Bernie's,
dude, it's great. I mean, because don't forget, it's warm.
We got a states room, bro. I saw it we got the app and I looked what room we're in, and it's
right.
I mean, I don't know if the picture's making it look bigger than it is. I'm sure it is, but it looks very nice. It had like a little area for like a couch and TV, and then a separate little area for a bed. We got a balcony. You know what I mean? That's that expensive. If you were paying for that, that would be so
it'd be like
expensive.
$3,000, $4,000 for you and her.
This is like amazing. Like honestly, like setup. So Friday we fly. I was able to. I said this on the show. I got her tickets, Delta tickets to come with me. I used my points. Yeah. We're going together. We get a hotel. The whole band's getting a hotel in Orlando or Fort Lauderdale, where the fuck we're going.
Right.
And then the next day we go on the cruise, and then we're gone till I guess the 5th or 6th, and we'll be flying back.
Nice.
And I hope I make it. If I don't, I want you to know it's been a pleasure doing the Chris Akin show. I really love you guys, and thank you so much for all the support that you gave. I'm sorry I died.
You'll make it. Stop with the dying. You ain't dying.
If I have to, later.
Yeah, don't
fake my death to get away.
You're not doing that. You'll be fine, and you'll have fun. But have fun. There will be a show next week. One of my famous off shows that I always do for CMS. My friend John is going to be tagging in with me, and God knows that usually means a drinking show, so we'll probably be hammered. Although the band Seven Stones is going to be with us to talk about their new release. And then when you come back, we are going to go full on government with David Thibodeau, one of the survivors from Waco, is going to join us to talk about this new Waco Aftermath TV show on Paramount Plus. So
okay,
we'll be talking to him, and I can't wait because right in the show, there's a guy that says point blank, David Thibodeau is a fucking liar. And I can't wait to ask him about that specific clip, specifically, and say, what do you say to that fucking guy?
Right. And I will try. I mean, we're going to get some kind of internet package. I'll pay for it, because I'm getting paid a lot of money to go on this thing anyway. So I could afford to drop $100 to have internet or Wi-Fi or something.
Well, I'm not going to share it. Dude, don't even bother, because I'm not, even if you send video, I'm not going to share it until you come back.
Okay.
Right. I that's your story to tell, so I don't want to be like, hey, Eric sent us this picture. Look at this. Here's him jamming with Firehouse or whatever. That's your story to tell when you come back.
Well, I will miss everybody. Hey, be sure to subscribe to our channel, eh?
Absolutely.
Please, hit the like button. Tell your friends about our show and how fucking funny it is. And hopefully,
look at this. We did 2.5 hours without a break.
Thank you, Red Bull, for that. Right?
Yeah, no shit.
No, it was great show, and I will see you in a couple weeks, man.
Yes, sir. Well, we will be back. I will be back next week. Eric will be back in 2 weeks. So, for Chris Akin Presents, I, of course, am Chris Akin.
And I'm Eric Ferentinos.
And we'll see you guys later. See ya.